Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larch Miller Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Grand Cherokee. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 3.6-liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 26 on the highway, and then power outputs are about 290 horsepower and about 260 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this video, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, this one's finished in Baltic Gray, which is a really cool color, but you got the blacked out Jeep badge. And then you got the Grand Cherokee's new boxy headlights, and then you guys can see the grill's all blacked out, and you can see all the trim here at the bottom also blacked out. And so putting it all together, it gives the Grand Cherokee a very sporty appearance. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265, 50, 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels completely blacked out. And then you got the fender flares here, which are darker obviously as well. And it goes along the side. And then Grand Cherokee here on the side. Notice the mirror caps are blacked out. Door handles though, body painted. And then here is your full side view with the Grand Cherokee. Now taking a look at the key fob, you guys can see we've got our lock and unlock function, remote start. We got the opening for the hatch and then the Jeep logo there on the back. Now taking a look at the cargo area, it's absolutely massive. That's one of the big benefits of the Grand Cherokee. It's just a very spacious vehicle. And then you've got a spare tire underneath. And then when you're all done, just press this button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Really cool taillight design, and then notice how it goes to the Jeep badge right there, which is also blacked out. We do have parking sensors at the bottom. And putting it all together, let me know your thoughts on the exterior styling here with the Grand Cherokee. Now popping inside, it is soft touch here at the top and then also down below. We've got a door lock and unlock here, window control, which has kind of a cool look to it. And then here are the seats. You guys can see the stitching and padding, and then notice perforated in the center there with the insert. Now legroom back here is pretty good. We also have a little storage net. Got more storage there above the vents. USBs down below, full power outlet as well. And then headroom, it's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again soft touch here and then also down below. We've got all of our window controls here. Those front two are automatic. You got your mirror adjustments as well. And then we do have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat again. Got the inserts there perforated. Power adjustments on the side, and then you got our light controls right here with our parking brake, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around, and then look at this trim right here. I think that's really cool. Got the Jeep logo, paddle shifters there on the back for the 8-speed automatic, radio controls as well. You've got adaptive cruise control, controls for the center stack, and then your regular stocks here on the back. And I've got this full digital gauge cluster here. Notice we can scroll through, see different bits of info on systems within the vehicle itself, and you can actually change kind of like the style there in the center too. Now in reverse, we've got a regular backup camera there. Resolution's pretty solid. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, shortcut bar here at the bottom, which does take a second for some of the pages to load up, but responds pretty well overall. Notice we got dual zone climate. We also have heated seats and a heated steering wheel. And then at the top, we also have auto stop start here. That's for your lane departure, stability control, hazard lights, parking sensors, and then your sport mode. Kind of a random place to put the sport mode button. But yeah, I like how this is kind of all integrated there. And if you're wondering, at the bottom, you've got analog controls for the climate system, the heated seats, radio controls as well. Now the dash here is all soft touch, and you have this nice stitching and everything across. And then this trim down below actually looks pretty cool. And then we have our charging area with wireless phone charging pad, and you can cover it up with this little tab if you want. A little dial shifter there for the 8-speed automatic transmission, and then more nice trim here at the cup holders. Center console, which has good storage. Nice padding here on the top. And then we do have a manual mirror dimmer, and then a sunroof as well, regular sunroof. Almost forgot, glove box, normal sized. Now there's quite a bit of glare, so it's kind of hard to see, but Grand Cherokee Altitude X, base MSRP $41,000. The X package, the Altitude X package, is $5,100. Total MSRP $51,520. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both of the mirrors. Do a blind spot monitoring through the rest of the rear. And let us set off in the Grand Cherokee Altitude X. Cool package. I remember, you know, I guess I'm starting to be like back in my day. I remember when I was selling cars, and you know, this was when like blackout packages were first like starting to like become a thing. I remember when it was like it was like the first time that they started to release packages in different cars where like they'd black out something out, like maybe the badges and stuff. But now like every automaker has a blackout package. And so it's it's one of those things where it still looks good, but it's not as cool as what it was like 6+ years ago when blackout packages were not as common as they are today. But talking about how this drives, first off, ride quality is really good. It's very smooth. Damping's good overall. Seats are comfortable too. I do like the inserts in these seats. I think that helps out with making them feel a little bit more comfortable. Steering's good too. It's got like a nice amount of directness to it. It's light as well. It's got a good balance overall. Just drives well. Braking's good too. And continuing along here, decent torque from the V6 so far. We'll get a bigger acceleration up here in a moment, but not too shabby, not too shabby so far. Getting up and getting an acceleration. Pretty good. Definitely not quick. It gets up and moves. It's competitive for the segment, but it's not like, wow, that's fast, right? But that's the segment this is in. Every single, when you look at Chevy Blazer, and obviously most of the SUVs in the segment that are this size are 3 rows. This is only a 2-row. But regardless, yeah, they're all pretty similar in terms of the acceleration, at least similar to this when it comes to the acceleration. But yeah, summing things up with this Altitude X package, I think this is actually a good value in the Grand Cherokee world. You know, it gives you this nicer feeling and looking interior, and it gives you some nicer features, again, like the dual zone climate, the heated seats, upgraded seats as well, you know, in terms of material use and everything. And it's not, I mean, it's not like it's mega cheap, right? It's still $50,000, but it's not, you know, $60,000, $70,000 like some of the other packages on the Grand Cherokee that give you some of the nicer options. So I think this is a good value play in the Grand Cherokee world, and I think this is probably the package that most people will go for because it looks cool, drives well, has good options, and it's at the lower ends of the price spectrum with the Jeep Grand Cherokee. But let me know your thoughts on the Altitude X. But you know, my overall thoughts is I think it's pretty good. The only thing I will say that I would change is I'd add cooled seats to this, because there's a lot of other automakers in this segment that now have cooled seats in this price range. So I think that Jeep would, and these seats are already perforated, so they could have cooled function. I think that Jeep would benefit greatly from adding that to make it so that feature-wise it was, you know, right in line with the competition. But yeah, let me know what you think.